It's like that was a woman, you hear me? And made all the clothes. Like did everything that you could do and not have to go buy something, they did all that. And my mother-in-law has a little bit of that in her too. Like she makes soap. She sews, she made all the girls' dresses when they were little. And just that type of living is dying out. And me as an almost 40-year-old woman, I'm like, I need to know how to sew. Like, I need to know how to make my own soap. What's going to happen when she's gone and I'm not going to know how to do nothing? And my girls aren't going to know how to do nothing.
Welcome to Coffee Talk with the Cajun Mamas. Grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's dive into real conversations about life, motherhood, and a little inspiration to brighten your day.
Welcome to Coffee Talk with the Cajun Mamas. You have been with us for quite a while, or maybe this is your first episode and you are just tuning in.
We are glad to have you. Thank you so much. If you're on our YouTube stream, video, whatnot, please leave us a comment and let us know where are you watching from.
Oh, I love that. I love to see
where
everybody's listening from. I love that.
Me too. And make sure you tell all your friends about it.
Tell all your friends.
Because we have things to talk about. And
this is a good one.
This is a good one. I feel like it's going to strike a nerve with people, maybe, or it's going to be relatable. It's going to be triggering. It's going to be, I don't know, all the things.
I feel like people's going to be like, yes.
Yeah. Yes. That's me.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to talk about what does it mean to us to be a successful mom. Like,
and we got this from a friend.
A follower.
And she said, I think maybe y'all should do an episode on that. And I was like, you know what? That's so good.
Because it's going to be like very unique to each person. Like, what does it mean to be successful as a mother to you? So we're going to just dive into that a little bit. But first, we are going to talk about Hal, the Cajun lady accent. Hal is a friend of ours. She's also from Church Point, Louisiana, like we are. And she has a whole line of Cajun seasonings, dips, mixes, like spaghetti mixes, chili mixes. Like if you want a real authentic taste of Cajun food, and please go follow her on social media because she does all these cooking videos to go along with her seasonings and mixes and stuff. You just have to check Hal out, y'all.
Oh, yeah. She is a treat.
She's a treat. And you can find her on all the social media platforms, y'all, even Snapchat. This lady has Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Search Hal, H-A-L, the Cajun lady accent. Okay, and thank you, Hal, for being our friend and our sponsor for February.
Yes, thank you, Hal. All right, being a successful mama, what does that look like?
What does it even look like? This topic made me have to really think, because I feel like there are many days where I feel anything but successful.
Oh, listen, we are thick in potty training right now. And my husband, he just walked into the bathroom the other day where I had the thing on the toilet. And she was, I said, I couldn't catch her. I didn't get it. I'm a failure. Because I can't get her.
You felt.
To, like, everything I had done that day was a complete and utter failure. I started crying, and it's like, it's hard.
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes the feelings are so overwhelming. Like we want, in our mind, I mean, in a perfect world, your kids wake up, you give them a kiss, breakfast, off to school, or even on a weekend, playing outside or whatever, come inside. Like, who lives like that in real life? It's not a show, it's not a TV, a movie, it's not. I always felt, that reminds me specifically of bedtime routines, Before you have kids, you see all these shows where they like kneeling next to the bed, or they sitting in bed with their kids and they reading a book, a bedtime story, kiss the little one goodnight, pull up the covers, good night, sweet dreams, and off to bed we go. My bedtime routine with my kids, both my girls, was anything but that. And I felt so cheated. Let me tell you, I felt like my whole life had been a lie. I'm like, this is not how it's supposed to be. These kids don't want to sleep. They don't. And if I read them a book, they just get wilder. opposite of what you think the perfect bedtime routine would look like.
Just drift off the
Just slowly, oh, they're so peaceful.
That has never happened.
Never.
My kids start wilding out at bedtime. Let me just tell you, they are absolutely. I don't know what happens.
That
Whenever
wave of energy.
Let's pray. It's like something triggers their bodies to wake up and run around the house and aggravate the crap out of it.
Adrenaline rush
I just don't know.
at the prayers.
So maybe being a successful mama in that instant is you getting them to bed
Without
and you
losing your SHIT.
Yes, and you're just stepping out and breathing, because that first breath, whenever you everybody's laying down and you can just kind of sink into the mattress.
Oh, man.
A rare feeling.
A rare but peacefulest ever feeling.
That could be a success.
I feel like success is momentary, like situational.
Oh, it's so
it's so
situational.
not like the overall picture. Although there are a few things that came to my mind when I think of being like overall being a successful mom. And I'm not going to say that right.
Let's
now.
let's table that.
Okay.
Overall success, because I have things to say about that.
Okay.
So, but you
Okay.
know, those are the situational things. That
Yeah.
could be getting them to bed. That could be getting a meal on the table, a home cooked meal.
And having them eat it and actually like it.
Yeah.
That is, but you see how many things are out of our control? So when it all goes our way, you feel like I am the best mama. I'm successful right now as a mama because I cooked a meal and they liked it and they ate it and nobody fussed, you know what I'm saying?
I'm looking at you like this because I never have a day where I'm like, I rocked this day.
I didn't say day. I said moment. Okay, this is an interesting thought I had too. Like, what did it look like in your mind? What do you think of when you think of a successful mom back in the day? Like, and I'm talking maybe our mamas maybe beyond our mamas, like our mamas and stuff. Like, what did our mamas do that made them like the epitome of, oh, my mama is the woman. She is the mama. She's the matriarch, you know? Like, it was a different time then, yes, and I'm not using that as an excuse for the world we live in now, but it was different. So what does successful mothering look like to you thinking in the past?
You know, people get upset about the fact that women didn't work, but I love being a home mama. I love taking care of my home. I love taking care of my children at home. I love taking care of my husband, when he's out at work. I love that. So being a successful mama, to me was, like, and my grandma did it. She had 9 kids. So, like, that is a success. You mothered all these children, and I'm not saying it wasn't rough, okay?
Surely not.
Because let me tell you what, it was not a walk in the park, okay, at all times with my mama and all those kids. But that, you raised up these children to be, upstanding citizens, and you grew a family. In Jesus. What could be more successful than that? To me,
Yeah. Yeah. And what do you feel like makes it so much harder to do that today? Like, we are the exception. We work from home. We are not out in the workforce like other, have to be. Some want to be, some don't want to be. They there because they have to be. But regardless, like, I feel like we are more of the exception than the rule. So what do you think? Is it just like the economy or like the pressure? Like, when did it become like, no, that's really not cool that mama had to stay home? Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
I don't know.
this is touchy.
Yeah.
So I did that though, but we did that. We worked in the workforce and we worked for our families, and we went out to work
All
and
over
honestly,
the country for me.
all over. Yeah, you were all over.
Multiple states.
And I couldn't see myself doing that now. Now I did work right down the road. Easy breezy, brought my kids to school with me, whatever. But, I just think that we want more stuff.
We want more stuff because there's more stuff available. Yes. There's more stuff in our face or distracting us all the time. It makes it hard to be content with what you have and not want more, you think?
Mm-hmm. I think that. And then the economy is a big
It's
factor.
very hard to work on one income. It's very hard.
One income with kids. And you got to put food on the table. That's expensive as it is. You have to have two incomes.
It's hard.
And that we are working on multiple, because we have more than one job, you and I. We are still working from home. We still have to have those extra incomes to make it work.
Yeah.
So we just don't go out. We do, actually. Now we do.
Cajun Mama's on the road.
By
the way, if your local business would like to sponsor Cajun Mamas on the road, you can reach us at thecajunmamas, what is it? thecajunmamas@gmail.com.
Yeah. We'll set something up with you. But yeah, we have to work multiple jobs and we have to have more than one income in this life.
Yeah.
In this way of life, I think. What do you think? I wish I could just tell you, you can live off of one income.
Unless your spouse, makes enough for two, it's hard. But then you have people that, they have what they need and they are happy and their kids are seen about and they eat and, they do things when they can. And that's just the life that God has called them to, And
I love watching people be simple.
Simple living. Right.
Yeah,
and
I love that.
Yeah. Sometimes we just think we need things, but going back to the past, what always comes to my mind as that was a good mama, a good wife, a good housekeeper, that was the woman. Okay. Nathan always told me about his mama, Virgie. Mm-hmm. And how they had a dairy farm and they would do they would do crops too, like soybeans and hay farming and all this stuff. They had a farm, okay? And all the workers, Miss Virgie was cooking meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day. Every day, Sarah, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And not just for her and her 4 kids and her husband, but for the dairy workers and the farm workers too. And I'm like, I can only cook 1 or 2 meals a week. And she's cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day.
And how many kids she had?
4.
4 kids.
Yeah.
That ain't no dang walk in the park. And then cooking that many times.
Yeah. It's like that was a woman, you hear me? And made all the clothes. Did everything that you could do and not have to go buy something, they did all that. And my mother-in-law has a little bit of that in her too. She makes soap. She sews, she made all the girls' dresses when they were little. And just that type of living is dying out. And me as an almost 40-year-old woman, I'm like, I need to know how to sew. I need to know how to make my own soap. What's going to happen when she's gone and I'm not going to know how to do nothing? And my girls aren't going to know how to do nothing. So I'm this is pressure you put on yourself, but.
Okay, but let's take a second to talk about.
Okay.
Let's take a second to talk about Cajun Harvest Country. Acadia Parish is Cajun Harvest Country.
Yes,
okay,
it is.
Let's do that first.
Okay. So we are, y'all, in the thick of Mardi Gras season. It's a party over here in South Louisiana.
What
let me tell you.
What a time to be alive in South Louisiana.
What a time. Okay, if you have always been wanting to experience an authentic Cajun-style Mardi Gras, you need to head over to acadiatourism.com/Mardi Gras to find the list of events going on this month. Like on February 15th, in rain, there's a Mardi Gras parade and an after party. February 22nd is the Courrier de Mardi Gras de Lens. That's Mermentau Cove, okay? And then March 2nd, right here in Church Point, the best of the best, if you ask me, is our Courrier de Mardi Gras, the Mardi Gras run in Church Point, where you're going to see all the chicken chasings, the costumes, the food, the drinks, the fun, the music, all of it. You can plan your whole visit to Acadia Parish by going to acadiatourism.com. If you want specific Mardi Gras content, you put the /Mardi Gras at the end. If you want to see all the things on their website, just acadiatourism.com. Okay, you won't be sorry. Plan your visit to Acadia Parish today.
All right. What were we talking about?
We were talking about the past. And like that's what I think of as like a successful mama. And
but they didn't have all the distractions that we do now. Okay, they didn't. And so my general wonderment is we became a very anxious society. You know, I think maybe I might have started in the late 90s.
okay.
I want to say people started becoming more distracted. Distractions. We have social media as a distraction. We have TV as a distraction.
Yeah.
You know, so that's kind of takes you away from the being
Present.
able to cook a meal for all of the people who work for you
Yeah.
or, you know, work with you or, you know, like, don't you think like there wasn't that much stuff back then to be distracted with.
That's
besides
part
the
of it,
kids.
Yeah. And like that was your daily routine. Like I would imagine waking up, making breakfast, going to the grocery store to get stuff to cook. Because I mean, I just don't see like how we make bulk trips. Like we'll go to Sam's and we'll get bulk of everything so we don't grocery shop every day.
You think? You think she went to the grocery store every day?
I do.
That sounds miserable.
No, I absolutely do. I really feel like that generation would go to the store, if not every day, every other day. Because think about, too, how small the refrigerators used to be. And now we got big, grand refrigerators. I have 2 refrigerators in my house.
I know.
You know, and 2 freezers in my house. It's like we have... How they got by with so little? Because they would replenish faster than us, I feel like.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Horrified by that. Really?
But, I mean, that's also how they socialized, though, Sarah. You think about it? Like,
Yeah.
that's how they would... They'd go to the grocery store, you know, or go to the salon. You know, they would get their hair done all the time. It was just a different way of being.
Oh, if I could just one day.
No,
just one
wouldn't that
day.
be cool? Like, and go and visit at their houses and stuff. Like, oh, I have to go to the store. I'm gonna pass by so and so's house on the way or on the way back or whatever. And that was the visiting that would go on. Like we like to do. I'll take any excuse to go have coffee at your house. I'm like, oh yeah, I have to go to the pig. I'm gonna stop by.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But
except for back then, they didn't have to worry about how many courses they had in the car. So like you could just pile
them
in
up.
all your kids.
No seatbelt, no problem. Just sit down.
Y'all just get in, we gone, you know? I don't know. So that was, I don't know. I just think it was a nice time.
Yeah, very nice
As
time.
I look off into the distance and wonder.
So
All right.
we have to remember to, you know, we were talking about how success is very situational.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's not just saying like, overall, I'm a great mom. Like, I hope we can feel that, but at the same time, being realistic, we feel like failures often, and wish we would do things differently or that the situations were different. That's just life. But we have to remember to celebrate the small wins. Like, for you right now, potty training. Like, when she makes it to the potty, baby, we do the potty dance and we celebrate.
She pees in the potty. It's a party.
Those moments make you feel successful. You know, make mothering feel just joyful. You know,
like you said, when everybody eats what you cooked, or you cooked,
or you just got to cook a meal.
You put a lasagna in the oven.
How wonderful a lasagna!
You popped, and that's not even a fresh one. I don't even
Frozen?
care if it's Stofas,
Don't matter.
put that in the oven, and that's a win.
The other
That's
day we
success.
passed the frozen foods, and one of my girls was like, they have macaroni and cheese in the oven. And I was like, oh, I came so close to grabbing that. Like I should have. Because what a meal. Just like a big plate of mac and cheese and bacon, put some little chicken bacon or something. Yeah.
You would have dressed it up real nice, I bet.
Yeah.
You would have dressed it up real nice.
I don't know. I mean, it looked good enough on its own, honestly.
But yeah, I mean the small things, you know.
Yeah.
You fed your kids. They sometimes it's just like sometimes you got to sit down and just make sure they're all right during the day.
Yeah.
You know.
And seen about.
All right, let's take a second to talk about 87 washes, and we're going to visit that earlier thing that we talked about.
Yes, okay. 87 washes, mobile detailing. Why is it 87?
Exit 87.
Exit 87 off of I-10 in Rain, Louisiana. That's where they from. Jorge and his wife, Ashley. Y'all, they met as missionaries in South America. How just
sweet.
God-led is that relationship, you know? They love to serve their community and make others' day brighter. And I know when you get your car spick and span clean, when you have a clean car, you just feel better about yourself.
You is sassy. Your sunglasses are on. You're like, my car smells good and it doesn't smell like feet.
Yes. And no crumbs anywhere. Like, what a great feeling. So they not just bringing clean cars to the world. They bringing that good feeling to the world.
Bringing a successful Mama.
Yeah, that day you rocking
me feel successful. Whenever Jorge came and cleaned my vehicle, I'm gonna tell you right now, we riding because like it's been clean ever since. I've been keeping up with it now.
You've been doing a great job.
So it makes me feel good to sit in a vehicle that smells good. And he put me even a little air freshener.
Yes.
That says 87 washes with the phone number, so I know where to get in touch with them again.
Yes. Y'all, if you are in this area, please give them your attention. Please give them your support. They are a small family-owned business. You can look them up at 87washesmobiledetailing.com or find them on Facebook, Instagram, all the socials. So just search 87 Washes. Mm-hmm. And thank y'all for being a sponsor.
Thank y'all very much. All right. Now, let's talk about how do you know as a parent that overall you are growing up a good child? What are some things that your kids do that you notice, I did something right. I must be doing something right.
When they immediately, like if there's a problem or an issue or something, when they immediately say, let's pray. Let's say a prayer, or we need to pray for that person or whatever. And we were just talking about that with Jojo. That right there, I'm like, yes, because you are teaching them the like spiritual warfare like that goes on, and that is their first line of defense is prayer. And that's what really can change things. So that right there, teaching them to pray, that's huge in my book.
So a little background on what we're talking about. There was something that was going, somebody was picking on one of our girls. And Jojo said, well, you know what we're going to tell them? We're going to pray for you. And it was like, that was her comeback.
That is her comeback. You her trash talk was, we going to pray for you.
We're going to pray for you.
I love it.
You know, like, that was just so innocent. But then also you're like,
profound. Right. Yeah.
We doing something right. You know, that's a successful feeling as a mama. Now, my daughter, the oldest one, Isla, she, the other day, we were at the dollar store, and something so simple as she opened the door for somebody to come out. And I was like,
yeah.
I walked right in that door. I never opened the door for the person coming out.
Right.
But we walked in, and she stayed and held the door open.
I love it.
That is a success. That made me feel happy, even though my little janky self didn't keep the door open.
I know. Sometimes it's like if you see your kids being a little more like praying a little more than you, or like very faithful, that will humble you. And that's like, ooh, okay, I need to get myself in check. Yeah. Or like the other day, Bryn was like, Mama, I haven't seen you read your devotional in a few days. And I'm like, Okay, yeah, you're right. I haven't, and I need to do that.
We can learn a lot from our kids.
They see it all, yeah. They don't say sometimes, but they see it, and they know.
They notice.
And that's like it makes you realize that like that's a constant in her mind. And if she don't wake up in the morning and see mama doing that, and she doesn't always, like sometimes I finish it before she gets up or whatever. But like she realized, haven't seen that in a while. But anyway, that's a constant for them. And like that's the kind of things you want them to be built up on and grow up seeing. And so.
Because you hope one day you're a model
turn
for
that
them.
into habits.
And they'll do that.
Correct, yeah.
Aww.
I think that leads me into what I feel like overall being a successful mom in my eyes, and this is knowing that your kids have faith in Jesus and God and a relationship with him and a devotion. And like at the end of the day, you did everything you could to ensure that they go to heaven. You know, and that's the ultimate success, is just knowing you did everything you could. Because when they get to be a certain age, you really don't have control anymore. And that's a hard thing for us to think of, but at the same time, you have to know you did everything that you could.
Yeah. That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate success. Is if you can instill in your children, just where to go. Where to go. If you're feeling a certain way, how to cope.
Deal with life situations. Yeah.
And that only God can help you with, and God will set you on the path to righteousness.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's interesting.
I mean, it's very, I feel like we just scratching the surface of how deep that really is, but
yeah, we're becoming very speechless in this. Like humbling. We're having some speechless moments here because we're like,
because it's humbling when you think about it, and like makes you wonder, like, what am I doing enough? Am I doing everything that I can?
Because most of the time I'm like, like negative things. You focus on the negative. You're like, oh well, I didn't get this done, and I didn't get this done, and I didn't. But what did you do?
Yeah.
Did you, wake up this morning with a smile and greet your children? And I fall short. I'm like, sometimes they'll just be passing me. And I'm like, good morning, good morning. I see you,
Right.
Just, I don't know. Being a successful mom is hard to think every day in every situation that you being successful. But I think it is situational. And then when you see your kids do something, run to Jesus first. We need polite. To do this. We need to pray for somebody. I know that this person is sick, so let's pray for them.
Or just life skills. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's little moments of success. Yeah. Okay, y'all. Mardi Gras season. Let's just talk about that real quick. Mardi Gras season is upon us, and if you've never experienced a true Cajun Mardi Gras, you can. If you decide to make a trip and come to Acadia Parish, there's plenty to do and see this time of year.
And there's plenty for your kids to do too, because there's plenty of children's runs too. We didn't say that. That's something that takes place in Acadia Parish in our town.
In Church Point, yeah. So our big Mardi Gras is March the 2nd. But on March 1st, the day before, we have a children's career. So the kids get to dress up in costumes and chase the chickens too. And it's so stinking cute, y'all.
And it's so well organized, don't you find? Like they all, that this age goes to this flag. And
they put them in age groups and kind of keep everything organized so nobody gets hurt. And it's a great time, and it's very family friendly. For that particular parade on the floats, there's no alcohol allowed. It's very family oriented. So that would be March 1st and then March 2nd in Church Point. You can check out the Rain Mardi Gras parade on February 15th, and then February 22nd is the career in Mermentau Cove. So if you want all these details, head on over to acadiatourism.com/Mardi Gras. And thank y'all for being a sponsor for the Cajun Mamas podcast.
Thank y'all. That's another successful parenting moment is bringing you culture to your kids.
Culture, yeah.
You know.
And it's thick with culture down here. From the food to the Mardi Gras to the way we speak and the music. Oh, the music, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And them little babies love to ding-a-ding to that Cajun music.
It's true.
So, yeah. I mean, and also, if you're listening right now and you have a topic that you would like to hear us, like I said earlier, we got this topic from one of our listeners, one of our friends. If you have a topic that you'd like us to weigh in on,
I like that idea. Yeah, tell them.
Y'all let us know in the comments of wherever you're listening. We'd like to hear.
We always open to new ideas. Yeah, absolutely. This was a great topic, and I hope that it just resonated with someone out there that can see themselves in these conversations that we have, and it's like, I'm not alone. I feel like a failure too sometimes, or some days are great and I feel like a success, and I need to acknowledge that and validate myself a little bit more. So we feel you, we understand, we here for you.
Some grace.
Grace upon grace upon grace. So let's wrap it up by mentioning How Cajun Lady Accent. Go to HowTheCajunLadyAccent.com, and you're gonna see all the products that How has to offer. She got some delicious all-purpose Cajun seasonings, fish fry, seafood bowl, the dip mixes.
The dips are my favorite.
We love
the Cajun firecracker mix, y'all. If you have any, especially for the Mardi Gras, she has a Mardi Gras dip.
She does
mix. So, parties that you go to, I always go straight to that because it's so easy to make and it's a crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
If I bring a How dip, you will see everybody at it. It's
Absolutely.
no big dip. And crackers too. Even if I make some firecrackers.
Those crackers, yeah. And she said you could put that on Chex Mix too. The cracker seasoning or pretzels, yeah.
Let's get creative with our house.
I'm so hungry right now.
I know. Oh my gosh. Her seasonings are low in sodium and MSG free.
Yes, go to HowTheCajunLadyAccent.com and get yourself some. And follow her on all the social media platforms. Just search How the Cajun Lady Accent. What a great episode. I enjoyed this.
Thank y'all for visiting with us today. And we'll see y'all again soon.
Yep, see y'all next time.
Thanks for joining us on Coffee Talk with the Cajun Mamas. We hope you enjoyed your cup of coffee and our chat. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. Until next time, keep the coffee brewing and the conversation flowing.